guys, it's been a couple of weeks since I put a video out. Ready to go racing again. Don't worry, I'm not going to bore you with another full video of me racing. I've noticed that my racing videos don't do too good. Not many people watch them, so I'll do a few highlights of the good moments, like when I beat my best time, which I should this time because I welded my diff. I was a bit worried about it, about welding the diff, but taking it out for a drive and it's not that bad. The understeer is very minimal. I think with the amount of traction that it has now from not doing one wheel peels, I do believe I should smash my personal best. If I don't, there's something seriously wrong. I'll also include a few other things that I've been up to over the last couple of weeks. What I just did then about 10 minutes ago was put in these bonnet pins, because not for reasons of trying to make it look cooler, but for actual peace of mind, because this bonnet has flown up on me once before, hence the big dents right there. It was a brand spanking new bonnet, reproduction bonnet, and it flew up on me. I wasn't happy at the time, but shit happens. So yeah, I've done that. They just open like this, only cheap eBay ones, and the pin comes out through that little thing there, and then to close it you just shut the lid again. So hopefully that'll stop any chance of the bonnet flying up, and it holds the bonnet a bit more level than it was gap wise in the corners. I got myself some new straps for tying the car down. As you can see, much easier method, much safer method, because instead of just pulling that way from the front and pulling that way from the rear, now at the front it's pulling that way, and at the rear it's also pulling that way and that way. So yeah, day's nearly over. I was going to spend some time on the 240Z front guard, but by the time I clean up my mess here and organise enough room in the metal working room, because it's an absolute shambles in there, I think it'll be time to knock off. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll probably clean up that room. Oh, I have cleaned, yeah, I've cleaned up my shed a bit, got some stuff out of there, got the motors out of the corner. Yeah, let's go have a look. Still looks a bit messy at the moment because in the middle of stuff, but yeah, there was a big pile of motors there. It's gone now, so that's off the XK. Obviously it's got to go back on it, so that's not there temporarily. I've still got a lot more cleaning up to do in here yet. I've got ideas. I've got another yard out here, and just for storage, I mean, I've got that shed there, that's chockers full of crap. I've got to sort through that one day and get rid of what I don't need. But this little grapevine area here, the grapevines are growing on, there's the frames there for, I might put some tin on it and put a concrete floor in it, and there'll be another storage shed. Yeah, so everything will be out of be able to get absolutely everything out of my workshop, because I don't like how messy it is in there at the moment. Yeah, anyway, racing and other stuff, that's this video. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna go do some stuff. Alright, I'll catch you in a minute. Hey guys, welcome back. Got a little bit done last week. The 240Z here for the customer, it's all painted as you saw last week. I've started wet sanding it ready for buffing, so this is all wet sanded down 1500. I have to go over it again with 2000, but both quarters are done in the roof. And then I've got to do the same with the rest of the car. And then I've got to clean up all the interior. I've got a few touch-ups I've got to do in the interior and one under the bonnet. But yeah, hopefully in the next couple of weeks it'll be gone. So, my 240Z, I'm not going to work on it today. Hopefully tomorrow. I'll tell you why in a minute when we go down to my main workshop. But yeah, last week I finished the panel gaps down the side of the door. I've got to work out how to keep my screen on my GoPro so I can see what I'm doing. Down the side of the door, I finished the panel gaps, and oh, did you get that? I fitted up all of the lance and everything. So next thing I'm going to do on the 240Z tomorrow is go back to the back end, and I'm going to finish off these wheel arches. I've got to square them over a bit so it follows the line down and looks uniform, so it doesn't look like it's just been hammered out basically. And once I've done that, I'm going to strip down this quarter panel because I'm not happy with the way the epoxy stuck to this side. So I'm going to take it off, redress it, and then I'm going to hit it with epoxy again. I don't think we have time to hit it with epoxy tomorrow, but I'll get it prepped, hopefully. Yeah. Yeah, so down the shed. On the XK last week, I got all the filler work finished on the body. So the body is ready to block back and then hit with high fill primer. So all the roof's done. All the door jambs, both sides, it's all in epoxy for the last time. And yeah, I've been before I block it down and hit it with high fill though, I've been working on the rest of the doors because I want to do those at the same time. I've got the two rear doors are done and ready. This door is 99.9% ready, and then I've got one more door to do. And then I'll hit the last two doors with epoxy. I've got to tidy up a little bit on the inside of the doors. And once that's done, then I can hit it all with high fill primer. And that's the back half of the car done. Okay, my 620. Been thinking long and hard about it all week. And my biggest problem is when racing at Colin Grove is getting off the line, traction, and also getting traction out of the corners. So been thinking long and hard about it. I am going to get an LSD, but I'm not going to put it in this chassis, so that's going to be next season. I've got nothing to lose. I'm going to weld this diff. I'm going to lock it. I can't see that it's going to make me any slower. I mean, there's other people there that race with welded diffs, and they say you just got to learn how to drive them. So I'm going to do it. Hopefully that'll help me a lot with traction. So yeah, that's my job today. I'm going to try and get it all done today. We'll see how I go. I think my mum's here, so I've got to go, and I'll come back down in a minute and we'll get started on that. Okay, plan of attack is to take the tail shaft off, dump the oil through the plug there, and then jack the car up and pull the axles, and then hopefully I can pull the centre out. Sounds like heaps of fun to me. Right. Look at that mess. Well, she's all welded up. I did it with a TIG just because I didn't want so much so many BBs rolling around in there stuffing shit up, so it's not real pretty, but it doesn't have to be. Yeah, I've got to clean up this gasket surface on both sides. I'm going to stick it back on with some RTV. This diff's only got to last a few more races, and yeah, next season it'll be a proper LSD, I guess. Okay, to it. Good morning, guys. Finished welding up the diff last night on the 620. Didn't really want to take it out on the take it out for a drive last night because it was raining. I didn't think it was a good idea to test out a welded diff on wet roads. So I'm going to take it out and see how predominant the characteristics are on a welded diff according to the internet. Yeah, so I'm going to take it out on my usual test road, so let's go. Verdict is, there's no point trying to speak to you while I was in the car because it's just too loud. Yeah, you can feel the difference, definitely. When I first took off, it wanted to shoot me hard right. I don't know why that is, but might have been a bit of tension loaded up in the tyres from turning. But yeah, it righted itself and then it was driving straight. But yeah, I can definitely feel it pushing a little bit more in the front, but it's not too major. It's not something I could get used to. And I did a little launch. Even on a slightly wet road, it was definitely different. If this doesn't make me a second quicker over the distance at Collinggrove, I don't know. It's definitely made a difference for traction. So yeah, so my next purchase, I guess, would be front tyres, but I'll see how these ones go. I might even have to put the rears on the front now. Excuse me. But yeah, I'll put it. It's gonna be a cracker day. Sun's beaming. Dry track. Awesome. So I'm waiting here in form up. It's about to start round 4. I've done a few runs already. I've knocked over a second off my best from last race, last month, with a 46.39. So yeah, we're going to go again, and I'm going to push hard. I'm going to try for a 45. I'll be happy if I can get a 45. I'll be happy for the rest of the year. Because I don't think I'm going to get any better than that without more power. could tell, but I'm not losing traction in the back end. Jeez, that puffed me out. I'm not losing traction in the back end anymore, so, or not one wheel peels anyway. That should be a good time. Hopefully that's a 45, it felt like one. My third run out, and I've got a 46.36. That's over a second faster than my best from last outing. Yeah, I reckon I got a 45 in me today. More fun than the single pegger. I did it. I made a 45. I'm happy for the rest of the year now. So, 2 years ago, I never would have thought, when I went and picked up this crusty old Datsun Ute with my car trailer, I never would have thought that I would be racing it. I picked it up because I needed a ute, because I sold my good ute. Thought didn't want to have to drag a trailer around all the time, so I bought this little ute just to do some work, and that's what I used it as until I bought the ute that I'm driving right now. And then the old Datsun became redundant. So, well, what am I going to do? So, race truck. So yeah, started out 55 seconds up Collinggrove Hill. It wasn't real flash, but now I'm down to 45.3, so I've knocked 10 seconds off my time from when I started. And this ute, I paid $700 for it when I bought it, and it probably owes me another $300 or $400 on top of that. So, yeah, it's, hang on, never mind. So yeah, it's good, cheap fun. So next year's goal will be to drop it down to maybe a 40-second bracket, or maybe even a 39. So I've got to get some more power into it. So yeah, that's what's going to happen next season. Great fun, guys. One more thing I'd like to add before I go is all those people out there that told me that locking the diff is no good and it hurt my times. You're wrong. Very wrong. Yeah. I did not find a problem with it at all. I'd got no understeer whatsoever. If anything, it definitely helped me around the corners. I felt like it was flinging me around the corners sometimes, but yeah, I don't see a problem with it. I was going to buy an LSD, but the way the lock diff went, I think I'll just run lock diffs. I mean, if I blow one, it's damn sight cheaper to replace a welded diff than what it is to replace an LSD. So yeah, that'll be it, guys. I'm going to sign off there and catch you next time. I've got something to tell you.